All right, we're ready to begin with Oklahoma. We'll ask Coach Moser for some general comments on the game. Then we'll take your questions just for the student athletes, and then we'll let them return to the locker room, and then finish with questions for Coach. Reminder, we've got 2 remote mics. When you ask your question, if you'll identify yourself and the media outlet you represent. And also a reminder, video is not permitted in this room. If you need it, you can go next door right there, and they'll be glad to patch you in with the video. So, Coach?
First of all, it's an honor, Claude. Thank you for Claude, a Hall of Fame guy right here. So, I thought our guys were resilient. You know, we went on a 16-0 run the second half. When we got down, we were up at half, and they turned it, and we got up 6. But that's the resiliency of these guys, and staying together and keep believing and keep coming back. You know, we've been down Sam the last 2 games, and Mo Waggy stepped up and had career nights. He was so impactful. But these 2 guys just the belief that they had in each other. I talked to Jeremiah on the TV out there and just talked about, really at halftime settling down. I had 0 turnovers the whole second half. And it was a huge play when he drove to the left and got doubled and kicked it out to Jay Moore, and Jay Moore knocked down that 3. Just a lot of big plays by a lot of different guys.
All right, let's take questions for either of the student athletes. If you have a question for either, raise your hand. All right, let's start in the second row in the middle here.
Jeremiah Anthony Dasher, UGAsports.com. I remember when you guys were in Athens for the first game. I think you only had 2 points in that one. I think 1 of 11, whatever it might have been. Tonight, man, obviously, 26 points, you were on fire. Kind of what was the difference, and just how extra special was it for you to kind of have a game like that against Georgia?
It was really special. Just coming out on top, and I think my teammates did a great job just trusting me and putting my trust in them as well. And we did everything we could do to come out on top.
Okay, next question right on the center aisle right here. Stella, let's go right here, and then we'll go right over to you.
Yeah, Jordan Hill from Dogs 24/7. Question for Jeremiah as well. You guys sort of took that game over with a 14-0 run there late. What was working? What did you feel like allowed you guys to take that over and have that stretch?
Coach did a great job of just calling out some amazing sets, and I think we executed to a T. And we just got all the shots we wanted, and we made all of them. So I think we did a great job with that as well.
Let me just be clear. Players make plays. It was not the sets. We started dropping some screens, but these guys made great plays.
All right, next question on the center aisle.
Elijah Campbell from WNKT in Columbia. Jeremiah, this is a Georgia team that blocks a ton of shots, got a lot of length. They're really aggressive on the ball side. What's it kind of like for you to kind of go amongst the trees there and be able to finish the way you did, especially in that second half?
We preached in practice all week, playing off 2 feet. And Coach got on me at halftime about playing off 2 feet, so I tried to play off 2 feet a little more in the second half, and I think I did a great job with that.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand. All right, let's go to the back on the left.
Yeah, John Clay with the Herald Leader in Lexington. You guys, tough 1-point loss to Kentucky at your place. Or how much are you looking forward to playing them again on Thursday?
Is that question for?
I think it's going to be a great game. When we played them last time, it came down to a last shot. So we're a different team now, and we played them too. So just tomorrow, playing them again and being able to close out the game tomorrow and get a dub tomorrow is going to be a fun and physical game.
All right, let's go to the question on the second row in the middle.
Mike Griffith, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Dog Nation. For the players, as far as the NCAA tournament, how did you guys approach this game? I know that there's been a lot of bubble talk around Oklahoma.
Jeremiah, would you take that first?
Sure. We just approach it with the same mindset, coming out trying to get a win, and just try to put ourselves in the best position possible and control what's in our control.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, I agree. Just continuing to come in every day with a business-like mindset and continue to be connected in the most resilient team. That's how we approach the game.
We got time for 1 or 2 more. Anyone for either of the student athletes? All right, thank you. You can return to the locker room.
Thank you.
And then we'll take questions now for
All right, guys.
Coach Moser.
Good job.
Raise your hand if you have a question for Coach, and we'll get a microphone to you. Let's go ahead and start right here in the second row.
Yeah, Porter, have you guys had a first half as far as three-point shooting like tonight, and what did you feel like was working when it came to that aspect of the game?
Well, we've shot the ball well, and we were from the very beginning. We got the ball in the middle, kicked it, one more. I thought we spaced it very well. We call them paint touch threes, to where we're getting to the paint because they converge. I know one of you just talked about how much they protect the rim. And we call them paint touch threes. When you get to the paint, we kick out one more. And I thought we were just moving and sharing it. We had, I think, 10 threes in the first half. I don't know how many assists we have, but I think a lot of them were assisted. We got the ball in the middle to Mo, and when they trapped the ball screen or iced the ball screen, we got it to the middle and then made plays. So I thought we had a great spacing and sharing the ball. But we had a lot of turnovers in the first half. I think just getting sped up a little bit, and it seemed like some of those turnovers turned into baskets. That was something that we talked about at halftime, is to continue to space it. We had one possession with like 3 minutes left. It was constantly had him in scramble, downhill, 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 and then we finally got it at like a second left. And I think the guys were doing a good job of spacing it and sharing it.
Next question, second row in the middle.
Yeah, Mike Griffith, AJC Dog Nation. Porter, Asa Newell's a guy that does a lot of things. What's the approach when you face a versatile, a big like that? Especially
when he's hitting threes. He came out and he knocked down that three on that pick and pop. We were trying to double Silas, and when we doubled him, and then you can pick and pop. I mean, if he can knock down that, I think, did he have two of them tonight? And then even like I was joking with, Jay Moore and I were talking about it on that free throw. I go, who was supposed to pinch with Asa? And then they started talking. We were in a small lineup. They had the two guards over there. And they decided, all right, Jalon, you got Asa by yourself. We're going to pinch the other one because we got two small guards. And he's like, man, Asa just kept on going up and up and up on that free throw. He's so long that if it's straight up, he's hard to block out like that. And I just think I said it before, he does so many things. And like he can put it on the deck. He can rebound. Now he's picking up and he can hit that three. He just is a hard matchup with his length and versatility.
Other questions? Let's go to the far left on the back.
Coach, ever since that Florida game, I think you're 4-2, and with your two losses back, I'm down 4 points. What's been the difference in these last 6 games for you?
It's more of just these guys are being resilient. We've talked about our faith and fighting through hard in life, and it was really hard, some of the losses we have. And we just talked about the narrative in our own locker room. There can be all these narratives outside. There's a lot of people you're at Alabama, you're at Florida, you're at Auburn, you're at Missouri. Those are some, and we just kept on believing each other and staying resilient and believing in our locker room. And we talked about, just playing better winning basketball to win games to get in the NCAA tournament. It was like a business mission statement. We wanted to play better winning basketball. And these last 6 games, and then we had 2 gut punches. We had a week of just a gut punch, losing to Kentucky at home on that under 6 seconds that shot, and then Padula hitting that 3. And we come back, and how did these guys respond? Because we've been talking about beat Missouri, win at Texas, beat Georgia. And it's just a credit to their resiliency and the culture of our locker room to fight and stay together.
Okay, next question in the third row in the center.
Elijah Campbell from WNKT in Columbia. Coach, you mentioned Muhammad in your opening statement.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the little things tonight. I think 6 offensive rebounds, and one of them drew a 3rd foul on Asa. I mean, what kind of impact do those little things do in a game like tonight?
I have so much respect for him with his faith. Going through Ramadan and honoring that, and he was cramping, getting fluids, and to fight through, to have the game that he had. He came up with an unbelievable offensive rebound too, and kicked it out on a late game possession. That was a big one, because it just extended it, and and I think we got fouled and went to the foul line. His defense, his presence, especially with Sam out. To have that kind of presence, I want to see how many moves. This was I honest to God, I think it's he had a couple career highs tonight. He had a career high, I swear to God, I don't know this, but it has to be in minutes for 27, because he has had a propensity to foul and get in foul trouble the last 2 years at Alabama and here. And for him to play 27 minutes as hard as he did, disciplined, and getting his length, I'm telling you. And he's cramping and everything. And I just thought he just so much respect for him to come out here and fight. The press conference, he's getting fluids. He's getting his fluids back. And what a performance for him. And he's just A-plus human being.
Other questions for Coach? All right. We'll take 2 more questions, one right there, and then we'll go to the back.
Ryan Black with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Porter, I mean, obviously everyone knows the game that Otega had in that
Yeah.
win for Kentucky. So outside of him not going off again, what's the key to tomorrow's game for you guys?
Well, they have so many offensive weapons. I know Otega he's been really consistent every game, but they got so many different offensive weapons. And so it's not one guy you have to key in on Kentucky. Their offense is so spaced out. They have 5s that can pass. Amari and Brandon both can pass so well. They got shooters everywhere. They got veteran Final Four point guard. So it's going to be a group effort guarding, all of their motion, their blast actions out of that. And so we'll get after it. I know our guys were stung after that game. And they played both teams played their tail off. So looking forward to a great matchup tomorrow with Kentucky.
All right, last question in the back left.
Porter, Cole Park with the Kentucky Colonel. Obviously, the SEC is on the verge of breaking the record for most teams from any conference in the NCAA tournament. Your Sooners would like to be a part of that. How much value are you placing on this game against Kentucky tomorrow to ensure that you're comfortable on the field?
We are a part of it. I mean, I thought we were above the bubble going into this game. I mean, what the conference is, it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented of what this league is. You have to do night in and night out. And for us, we want to just win in advance in this SEC tournament, and then we're going to get after it. But we are a part of it. There's no question. With as many quad one wins we have, with the resiliency we've had, people talk about playing the best basketball down the stretch in our last 6 games. Another quad one win tonight. No, we are part of it. We're excited to be a part of it, but we're also excited to advance in this tournament.
Thank you.